My specialty when I was at the Department of Justice was trying crimes against women, crimes against the elderly, and sex crimes in particular, and child trafficking. And so he appears to be deeply unlikable in that deposition, and oftentimes jurors want to determine whether or not they find someone truthful, likable, believable. He fails in all of those three categories immediately just from that deposition. And oftentimes attorneys will tell you everything that you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. I guarantee you that there are going to be women on that jury, even men on that jury, that are going to despise him because of what he just said.
And to dig into it in the context of this case,
yeah,
is it legally effective to try to win or defend against what he's accused of by getting into what he would argue is a, quote, choice or romantic appraisal, when the real question is, did you sexually assault someone? It's not a scenario where we're discussing even your, quote, choice or dating preference.
Well, it's going to be harmful to him because if the prosecutor or the civil attorney, rather, has any chops, they will explain to the jury that rape is not about looks. Rape is not about, whether or not you like someone. Rape is about power. And it's very clear on this tape that he is saying as a star, he has the power to do whatever he would like to do to a woman. That is the classic definition of a rapist. So I think that type of admission is going to be very, very harmful. I mean, if I were trying that case, I would feel like I just hit the jackpot.
Wow. It's very interesting hearing from you directly on that exact point. Then we have more of how he tries to parry and do his thing. And again, I mentioned this in emphasizing in our reporting, there's plenty of Trump where he's trying to be in the spotlight and get the attention.
Yes.
That's sort of the PR Trump. This is exactly what he's been avoiding, and I gave examples. And yet here he is. And so basically I want to show the lawyer hands him a photo of Trump with this accuser, Carol, as well as Marla Maples, leading to this exchange.
You have in front of you a black and white photograph that we've marked as DJT23. And I'm going to ask you, is this the photo that you were just referring to?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And do you recall when you first saw this photo?
At some point during the process, I saw it. That's, I guess, her husband, John Johnson, who was an anchor for ABC. Nice guy, I thought. I mean, I don't know him, but I thought he was pretty good at what he did. I don't even know who the woman. Let's see. I don't know who. It's Marla.
You say Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla. Yeah, that's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to?
No.
Here.
Carol.
Oh,
the person you just pointed to was E. Jean Carroll.
Who is that? Who is this?
Point, your wife.
And the woman on the right is your then wife,
I don't know.
Ivana?
This was the picture.
Ivana.
I assume that's John Johnson. Is that
That's Carol?
Carol? Because it's very blurry.
What do you see there in that exchange? Because we're so used to this voluble Trump, and his fans have a certain idea of him. And here he really seems to be kind of running out the clock or using a lot of words to just not say anything about the photo.
Not only is he using a lot of words, I mean, on the back of the fact that he said she's just not my type, he married Marla Maples. This woman looks just like Marla Maples at that time. So that flies in the face of whatever kind of weird defense he thinks he has. And so, again, this is the worst possible type of evidence, I think, in a case like this, which is he said, she said, in a sense. It's circumstantial, and it's happened a long time ago. Memories fade. But this puts you right there and right then. And let's also remember, he's not in the courtroom. Most defendants that are being accused of something as heinous as sexual assault, whether it be a criminal defendant or a civil defendant, would you not want to get into that courtroom and defend yourself? He's not there.
Yeah.
But this puts him in the courtroom and puts him in a way that's very unflattering. Again, I would say this was a very, very, very good day for that civil defense, for that civil attorney. Right,
which we're only learning about now that we can actually see the video. The last little piece I have is sort of the inflection or perhaps the national moment to revisit what happened in 16. And
Yeah.
some people are understandably tired of it. And yet I think we should keep in mind that the video we're about to see, which is, again, the Access Hollywood, is not being offered in a political context. It's not being offered in a Trump documentary. It is being brought forward by the lawyers representing the woman who says that she sought this accountability in court. So it is in that context that this is back out here. And we don't usually see this, which is Trump in this setting sort of just sitting through it. Let's take a look.
I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just right on your way. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the. You can do anything.
This is just, again, in the deposition, him sort of sitting through it,
Yes.
which they've released. Both in law but in life, given your history here, what do you think America takes from all of this now that he did lose the vote, fewer people voted for him, but he was elected to the Electoral College even after that was exposed.
Right.
A lot of people and women's advocates looked at that as this sort of unacceptable affirmation. Me Too movement came out of that, partly related to the tectonic plates under Trump. And here he is now at least being held accountable in the civil context for, we'll see what the jury says, but for this alleged assault.
Well, what I saw on that tape is I don't need consent. They let you do it. I don't need consent to kiss someone. I don't need to consent to touch someone. I can touch them by their genitals because I'm a star. You always need consent for any sort of unwanted touching, for any sort of touching. And here he is in a case where he is accused of unwanted touching, unwanted sexual assault.
Yeah.
And he is saying, but I don't need the consent anyway.
Yeah.
Again, I think this type of evidence is perhaps even stronger than having him on the witness stand denying any.